Toulouse delivered a ruthless statement of intent in the Investec Champions Cup round of 16, dismantling Bristol Bears 59-26 in a dazzling 9-try display that underlined their status as one of Europe's most feared sides. What had been billed as an attacking spectacle between two ambitious teams quickly turned into a one-sided masterclass, as the French giants overwhelmed their English opponents with pace, precision, and power. A contest that promised fireworks. Briefly heading into the clash, anticipation was high. Even Ben Youngs, England's most capped men's player, had predicted an open, high-scoring encounter that would showcase the attacking DNA of both sides. For a fleeting moment, it looked like that prediction might come true. Bristol struck early through captain Fitz Harding, who finished off a flowing move that began from a scrum and featured a trademark burst from Louis Rees-Zammit. It was the kind of score that hinted at a thrilling back-and-forth contest, but that early promise evaporated almost instantly. Instead of igniting a classic, Bristol's opening try merely poked the bear. Toulouse responded with devastating force, unleashing a relentless attacking barrage that blew the game wide open within minutes. Toulouse's attacking avalanche. Once Toulouse found their rhythm, they became unstoppable. Their response to falling behind was immediate and emphatic, as they ran in 4 tries inside a blistering 20-minute spell. Jack Willis led the charge, bulldozing over from close range with a display of raw strength that set the tone. Moments later, hooker Peato Mauvaka added a maul try, showcasing Toulouse's dominance up front. The backs then took over. Calvin Gorges danced through the defense with quick footwork, while Mauvaka grabbed his second to push the score to 28-7. Bristol, shell-shocked and scrambling, had no answer. Despite their best efforts to regroup, the Bears were dealt further blows before half-time. Matthis Lebel crossed in the corner, and Gorges capitalized on an intercept to extend the lead even further. By the interval, the contest was effectively over. Second-half surge and fleeting resistance. If there were any hopes of a Bristol comeback, they were extinguished within seconds of the restart. Lebel struck again just 50 seconds into the second half, underlining Toulouse's intent to maintain their dominance. To their credit, Bristol showed flashes of resilience. Calavetti Ravovo powered over for a try, capitalizing on a brief period when Toulouse were reduced to 14 men following a yellow card for Romain Ntamack, but any notion of a sustained revival was short-lived. Veteran winger Teddy Thomas took control of proceedings, scoring twice in quick succession as Bristol's defensive structure crumbled. His clinical finishing pushed the scoreline out to a staggering 59-12 at one stage, highlighting the gulf in class between the two teams. Late consolation tries from Bristol, including efforts from Williams and Noah Heward, did little to mask the reality of the situation. This was a comprehensive dismantling. From winter struggles to spring dominance. Toulouse's performance was all the more striking given their recent struggles in harsher conditions. During the winter months, they had appeared vulnerable, notably suffering defeats in the UK where weather and pitch conditions disrupted their fluid style. Opponents had found success by dragging them into arm wrestles, neutralizing their attacking flair and forcing errors. But under the warm French sun, Toulouse were a completely different proposition. Freed from the constraints of poor conditions, they played with a joy and expression that epitomized their identity. Their handling was crisp, their support play relentless, and their decision-making razor-sharp. Head coach Hugo Mola's side looked every bit the defending champions, and then some. What had been predicted as a 20-point victory by Youngs ended up being even more emphatic, with Toulouse winning by 33 points, and arguably taking their foot off the gas in the closing stages. Bristol's defensive collapse. For Bristol, the defeat raises serious concerns. While their attacking ambition remains admirable, their defensive frailties were brutally exposed. A tackle success rate of just 70% is simply not good enough at this level. Missing 39 tackles against a team like Toulouse is a recipe for disaster, and so it proved. The struggles of Bernhard Jans van Rensburg were particularly notable. Having been touted as a potential international prospect, he endured a difficult evening, repeatedly exposed by Toulouse's pace and movement. However, it would be unfair to single him out. The issues were systemic, affecting the entire defensive unit. Poor spacing, missed assignments, and a lack of physicality combined to create a perfect storm that Toulouse exploited ruthlessly. This defeat marks Bristol's third consecutive loss and leaves their season at risk of unraveling unless significant improvements are made. Teddy Thomas rolls back the years at 32. Teddy Thomas may no longer be considered a rising star, but this performance was a reminder of his enduring quality. Having joined Toulouse after leaving La Rochelle, he seized his opportunity to shine on the European stage. His 2 tries were the reward for intelligent positioning and clinical finishing, but his overall contribution went beyond the scoresheet. Earlier in the match, he had threatened with a clever run-and kick that was only denied by a last-ditch intervention from Rhys Zammit. He also linked effectively with teammates, keeping Bristol's defence under constant pressure. In a team filled with world-class talent, Thomas still managed to stand out, a testament to his experience and ability. Willis provides the foundation while Toulouse's backs grabbed the headlines. The groundwork was laid by their forwards, none more so than Jack Willis. Statistically, his contribution may appear modest, with limited meters gained from his carries. But numbers rarely tell the full story. Willis's early try was a turning point, shifting momentum back in Toulouse's favour after Bristol's opening score. His ability to drive through contact and maintain forward momentum set the tone for the physical battle. Beyond that, his work at the breakdown and defensive contributions were invaluable. He provided the platform from which Toulouse's attacking players could flourish. His performance also serves as a reminder of the talent available to England, albeit currently outside their selection framework. Looking ahead for Toulouse, the focus now shifts to the quarter-finals, where a potential clash with Bordeaux looms. Given their current form, they will enter that match as strong favourites. However, tougher challenges lie ahead, and maintaining this level of performance will be crucial if they are to defend their title. For Bristol, the task is more immediate and perhaps more difficult. They must regroup quickly, address their defensive shortcomings, and rediscover the form that made them such an exciting side earlier in the season. A statement of intent. Ultimately, this match was a statement from Toulouse, a declaration that they remain a dominant force in European rugby. What began as a promising contest quickly turned into a showcase of their superiority. From the power of their forwards to the flair of their backs, every aspect of their game clicked into place. For the neutral, it was a reminder of how exhilarating rugby can be when played at its highest level. For Bristol, it was a harsh lesson in the standards required to compete with Europe's elite, and for Toulouse, it was another step on what could be a championship-winning journey.